everyone. It's Susan. How are you today? Thank you for joining me for another episode of Love Advice. We're here. We talk about all the pertinent things that are going on in your life, and I answer your questions live. And for those of you tuning in for the first time, I'm Susan Winter, best-selling author, relationship expert, and love coach, here with my fabulous group of followers. And if you like what you see, I hope that you subscribe and turn on the notification button. So right off the bat today, we had Alex, who was one of our mods, but he had to go. So I answered a question for him. And a couple little bits of information before we start today on talking about why the love that you're experiencing for somebody is making you weak. Number one, for all of you who follow here, B. Ray, who is one of my mods, and we love her madly. She's also a client of mine. Her operation went stunningly. She is well. She is here moderating today, and I thank you, all of you, for your support. When we revealed that at the end of last week's show, there was money coming in, and there were, just people in Super Chat just wishing her well. So thank you all for being such a terrific audience and a great family here on YouTube. So that's great. B is well. Yay, we. Okay. Greetings from Warsaw, Poland. So everybody, I actually have a fractured elbow, but I'm being a wild girl today, and I do not have my cast on, at least the sling. I fell walking Nika. God, I didn't even trip on anything. My leg just went out from underneath me. Saved the face, but I jammed this elbow. So we're just, going to see what happens. So I'm in a sling and I can't work out the way I want to. So when I get off the show, I'm going to ice it and be good. But yeah, I just don't want to be with a sling because I want to actually read everything and answer you all. Today we are talking about, is loving them making you weak? And this was inspired by a client that I had yesterday. She has chosen, and remember, love is a choice. At some point to stay in the game, it's a choice. She has chosen to continue to love a woman that, for as long as I've been working with her, this lady is clearly abusive. Power trip, hot and cold. Well, and the lady isn't really oriented toward women. So that's kind of a number one point, but the person, the object of her desire is occasionally reciprocal. So there are a multitude of issues that go on under the surface here, not just sexual fluidity, but just take it, for example, that you love somebody and somehow the construct of this relationship has weakened you. And we can tend to fall into this pattern. We can tend to allow bad behavior because we love them. We can forgive, overlook, neglect, or suppress bad behavior because we love them. We can ignore what's happening to us and be afraid to speak up because we love them and we don't want to rock the boat. And this is oftentimes the case in new relationships where you are not officially a couple yet, where you are trying desperately to get them in the gate to create a relationship with them, where you are hoping, begging, longing, and your energy, we're going to talk about energy today, is fully on. They don't have to do a thing except kick you back because you are doing all of the work. And we do not want to be in this position. Number one, best thing I can do to seduce you into stopping that behavior is not only does it not work, it's repulsive. If being this loving, and it's, you can be loving and still have boundaries, but if you are having this happen to you, it is not moving you closer toward the person. They do not value you more. They will value you less. This is how we exhibit that we don't feel good about ourselves. If the desire to be with them and grovel at their feet is more important than taking care of yourself and having self-esteem, they will quickly treat you like garbage. And the more you allow it, the more they will treat you like garbage. And it's a horrible thing about human nature. You would think that the kinder and the more loving and the more present and the more attentive somebody is, that the more we would appreciate that. If we are in a committed relationship and it is balanced, yes. If we are trying to acquire a partner, this is deadly. Deadly. Over-giving, over-loving, over-expression. What happens is the only thing you can do is when somebody, and you know yourself, everybody here watching, everybody, there has been somebody in your life, there may be somebody right now that is just like there, just waiting for you to pay attention to them. Oh, hi, how are you? I miss you, didn't talk to you. Hey, how are you doing? And you're just like, oh, God, enough already, right? So you can't do the same behavior and expect to have any different reaction from the person that you like. So let me stop for just a moment, say hello, read anything that you all have to say. You can also send me a super chat. Get better soon. Thank you. Hope your arm is no, my leg just gave out. It was just like, like that. This is what happens when you have a lot of metal. I got metal in here. I got metal in my leg. I got metal in my hip. Oh, my goodness. I am truly bionic, y'all. Oh, Sharon R., after months of trying, I'm finally able to join the live. Hi, everyone. Sharon R., welcome. This is a lovely, wonderful, supportive group. Jerry, hello. Aliona, hi. Somebody, Nin, I can't begin to, but everything. Okay, 999. What is the question? Julian N. Hi. Now, Julian wrote us last week. You are so lovely. Thank you so much, Julian. These are the kind of quality people we have on this, live show. B. Ray, I'm so happy to hear that your surgery went well, and I hope your recovery is swift. Susan, oh no, sorry to hear about your elbow. Sending healing intention to your boat. Julian, I want to know about you. Who are you? What do you do? Are you a coach? Are you in our business? You are a lovely, lovely person. I thank you so much. Every once in a while, people just give money for a chat, and it's just like a donation. I really appreciate it. And it's just to show that, I read your comments here. If they come in super chat, I certainly find them. I thank you all for the care that you do show to each other and to me. It's fabulous. So I really do have a very special group here. And Jillian, thank you so much for that message. I want to diverge for just a minute and give another thanks to a follower. Hang on. Susie's got to find it. So I'm in New York City, and about once a week when I reluctantly leave my house, because I love staying at home, especially with this, right? I was walking to Vitamin Shop, and this guy down the street goes, "Hey, Susan!" And I'm rifling through my mind going, God, who is this? Sounds like he goes, "Hey, you're back from your trip." I'm like, I'm thinking, oh my God, Jim, where do I know him from? I said, I'm so sorry. I'm drawing a blank on your name. He goes, no, I'm Chris. He goes, you don't know me. I watch your YouTube show. I've written you twice with a video request, and you've answered my video requests. And he said, by the way, I have a painting for you. I'm a painter. I'm a photographer primarily, but I'm a painter. I've shown Smithsonian and all that. He said, I've got something for you. Just a little thank you. So he dropped this off with the concierge. Look at this. Isn't that sweet? He made a painting for me. And that says, so Susan, isn't that sweet? Chris Ferretti. You guys, unbelievable support on this channel. So I'm going to hang it above me, but this chair keeps moving around depending upon the lighting. So I just wanted to thank you, Chris, if you're watching this show today, because I had to give you a shout out. You guys are just fabulous. Miss Star Channel, hi, everyone. Let's see. Sister Anastasia, get better, Susan and B, sending you love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sister Anastasia is also a moderator here. Karen Foster, I love your advice. That is fantastic. I'm glad. Any more questions today? Karina Bloomfield. Hi, Susan. You are a godsend. So grateful for you. Thank you, Karina. My best girlfriend out in Arizona is named Corina. Jillian, hi. How are you doing? Let's see. Hey, Susan. Thanks so much for the support you bring. This is BU. It's going on 2.5 years, dating a man, 16 years my junior. Okay. Lots of lovely physical time. He lacks ambition for financial security. We live apart. Thanks. Interesting. You read my mind and you wrote it in there. You live apart, so you're not supporting him. He lacks ambition for financial security. So this is tricky. Sometimes it has to do with your sense of admiration for a person. Okay, if he lacks ambition for financial security, how does that directly impact you? Does it mean that you have to pick up the tab if you want to go on a trip or you want to go to a special restaurant? Does it affect the way you admire him? If he doesn't excel financially, is there another place in his area of expertise where he is passionate? Is he a dreamer, a poet, a creator, a painter, a writer, a filmmaker? So maybe he doesn't have a goal to make money. Does he have a goal to achieve, contribute, or provide service to the world? So there are people who do not have a growth mindset. There are people who do not chase money. But when they don't chase money or they don't seek to have financial security, unless they have a trust fund or they're hoping somebody's going to take care of them, mostly they have another target, something else. We humans have to strive towards something. We have to have goals, whether it's being physically fit or being healthy or meditating. But most everyone here on this channel and who follow me would want a partner with a growth mindset. Otherwise, they won't match you. And so while I love your comment, my question to you is, how does that affect you? Do you lose admiration for him, not because it's money and it's monetary, but because he doesn't seek to achieve? So for most of us, we're here doing the work to be a better partner. We've rolled up our sleeves. We're not afraid of looking at ourselves. We're not afraid of challenging ourselves. And we're trying to be the best version of ourselves. And probably this is one little aspect of your life. You've got everything else, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So I can understand that may become problematic later on. 2.5 years is a substantial amount of time. The man must make you happy. Sometimes we outgrow our admiration. I don't know if that's a problem, if that's an issue for you, but I know for me, I need to admire my partner. And thank you for that. Jean P, 999. Do you have a question, my dear? Where is Jean P? She's writing to Gwyneth. We will find your question if we haven't seen it yet. Let's see. Where are you, Jean P? The one who cares the least controls the relationship. Remember that. Yeah. They control being hurt. There's a better way to do this. We control ourselves. To dampen our emotions, what happens is we don't feel. That's kind of, you're safe from emotional harm if you're not terribly invested. But I don't know about you guys, but for me, if I don't have that excitement and I'm not emotionally invested, all of it's like, so I've got somebody. Yeah, they adore me. Do I really want to be with them? No. Where's the excitement in it? I don't know. It's personal, just a personal thing. Okay. Let's see. Wait, what did we say here? Yes, I do want growth. I fear we won't fit long term. BU, I'm with you. It's an interesting thing. I had an interview with a man who's got a radio show in South Africa out of ABC, and he's Cape Town. He's a wonderful interviewer, and a guy is going on, and he's done enough work to ask some questions. And so he's talking about how great his relationship is. And the interviewer said, so if your relationship's so great, why are you writing into this show and why are you calling us now? Something must be going on. So be you, by the very fact that you asked this question, something's going on. I believe in sustaining a relationship as long as it is good, productive, and positive for both parties. This is a little progressive. Take this and separate this from children, toddlers, divorce. Just take it for those of you who are dating right now, because the rest is a little complicated. We don't want to overstay our participation. I have a girlfriend right now who is a foot and a half out, like one foot's out, the other foot's dragging out of the door, out of her relationship. Her partner got very lazy. Lazy. It's given me 2 great videos. Her problems have given me 2 great videos. And she's at the point where it has been declining return, and now it's resentment. And she has told her partner, look, you can't live here anymore. You're not contributing. You're not doing your thing. We're not being physical. The longer you stay, I do not want to be resentful. We want to get off the ride before we hate them, because then it's no good. And most people need to hate the person before they get off the ride. But if you can exit while you're still friendly and admit that it's not working, maybe take a break, live separately. But always, always, always tell your partner what it is. Tell your partner why it's not working. That means, for BU and everybody else, that if they are so motivated and if they think the reason is valid, maybe they can do something about it, right? Anyway, thank you so much, Gene P. We'll all be looking out for your question. Perfectly said. I love this. Okay, Super Chat is a big thing. Is a big thank you for all you do. By the way, BFC, Bones, Flesh, and Cartilage by Nature's Way. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna write this down. Thank you. What's it called? Bones, Flesh, and Cartilage. Flesh and cartilage. Nature's Way. Okay. I don't want to lose this. Thank you so much. I really love this. What do we have here? We've got the $9.99, Gene. We're looking for your question. A positive lifestyle. €5. Keep up the good advice, Susan Winter. Thank you. A positive lifestyle. Love the positive lifestyle here. I begin counseling soon. I love introducing him to the world of romantic love. Feel he's not motivated unless directly requested. Yes, wish to be mindfully graceful. We can't motivate our partner. They've got to have it within them to want something. You might have noticed that's a thing about a relationship. We try to encourage them to continue to grow, to continue to be their better selves. And sometimes people are just like, no, I want to stop. This is what I want to do. I don't want to do that. Some people like to complain. They don't want to take the action. Listen, life is challenging. Sometimes people can only concentrate on a small amount of things, like get up, go to work, and come home. That's enough. Then they don't want to do the rest of it. And that is eventually why many relationships decline and fall apart. We have to remember that the value in the relationship is the point of us coming together, exploring how we are able to love, elevating the quality of love we have to give, learning the skills that make our participation more enjoyable, being a better partner to our partner, growing, which is the point of all human relationships, to grow and evolve. It's this perfect person has entered our lives with whom we feel like dancing. So we take the dance. How long does the dance last? We don't know. 100 years ago, it had to last your entire life. You needed it for survival. Now we have so many options, right? So it lasts as long as you both want it to last, right? But the benefit should outweigh the relationship. Let's see what. How long do you wait if someone is constantly late? Amber, I'm just grabbing this. Don't know if I don't know. Let's say, for example, okay, being late. There are people who are inherently late, and it's disrespectful. Not everybody understands that. I had an aunt who was chronically 2 hours late. She was not a mean person. And I don't know who she was hurrying up. Maybe it wasn't she. Maybe it was my uncle. I don't know. But my mother would lie to them each time and say that, Sunday dinner was at 11:30 because we knew she'd come at 2:30. It wasn't purposeful, but it's irritating. But we're talking about dating. So let's say that somebody shows up late. I give them, if I don't know them and it's a first date, I might be stood up. If I know them, I'll text and say, hey, I'm here. Then I wait another 15, 20 minutes. Are you okay? You should be getting a response back. But if you find that somebody's chronically late, you have to tell them and tell them what it does to you and how disrespectful it is. And it's not disrespectful because, like, I'm all that. It's just that I could be doing something else. I could have walked my dog 10 minutes longer. I could have not rushed to get here on time. I could have not paid the Uber like the big price to make sure I got here on time, knowing you'd be 20 minutes late. So we don't tolerate bad behavior. We just don't. We try and call it out. Let's see. I have a huge crush on my friend. They look like me too. Okay. I'm nervous to tell them how strongly I feel. I don't want to scare them away. I'm so excited for some reason. I admire them so much. You'll find out. So I wonder what we mean by the word friend. Are you really friends? Or are you social acquaintances who are friendly? Like if I told my best girlfriend, Barb, that I've got a crush on her, that would be a little disastrous for both of us. One, she's not going in that direction. And two, that's not my thing either. But what would happen is that's a friend, okay? A friend that I've been with for a long time. Why don't you just evaluate? Is the friendship more important? Or is the possibility of having this turn into a relationship more important? I really think most people who use the word friend nowadays simply mean an acquaintance with whom I am friendly, and somebody with whom I know socially and hang out. And in that case, there's a stronger imperative to express your romantic feelings, okay? $5. Here we go. Natalia, hi, my dear. How can one not dissolve oneself in a relationship? Perfect, because we're getting back on point. I'm so happy to read this. Neglect own needs and aspirations. I tend to be a caretaker for everyone but myself. With you. I'm with you. You could find a career where you do this professionally. That's what I did. I kind of got spun into this space. I was retired and playing golf. Yeah, I was, and traveling the world. Didn't mean to be doing this stuff. One, remember, here's the sequence. We become aware of the fact that we are overgiving. And I'm so grateful because you got me back on track. Two, we watch our behavior to become aware of when we're doing it. We have to be attentive. And three, we try to redirect our mind by continually throughout the day, exactly as I told this client. Ask yourself repeatedly, what do I need? What do I want? What should I do for myself? What gives me joy? What is my choice? What will make me happy? You are going to feel selfish. Okay, when you make this kind of adjustment for an other-minded person, meaning I think of others before myself, guaranteed you're going to feel selfish, you're going to feel stingy, you may have to say no. You may have to say no to something you never wanted to do, but you feel like you should because they asked you. So I bet half the people that are your friends, you don't even like. You just feel like you should be their friend because they're lonely, they need you, I don't know, they're alone in the city. So we start doing this incrementally, and you do it straight across the board, my dear. Not just in your romantic life. You start with your family, your friends, your real friends. Use the word no, check in with how you feel, start to amend your behavior, and remember always, overgiving, overtaking, like overly responsible. Everybody's in charge of their happiness, right? This is their business. The sounds of New York City. I could never lie to you and tell you I'm someplace else because, you're going to hear this. If we believe that we are responsible for our own lives, then we have to allow others to be responsible for theirs too. I spent my survival mechanism in my childhood was to adjust myself so that I would not be in harm's way, and to amend my behavior, my energy, retract it, to not be obvious, to kind of be invisible so that I wouldn't be attacked. And so if I were of no consequence, I felt safer until I could no longer stand who I was, being small. I could no longer play small. And then I started to be attacked, and then I'm just like, okay, I would rather deal with this. So you will learn the root cause of why you do this. And most of the things that we don't like today as adults saved our ass when we were young. They did. They were somehow the way you fit into your family system, into your community, and they served you well. But now as an adult, we no longer need to do this. We no longer need to take care of other people in order to survive or have a stable home life or avoid problems. Okay? So this is a wonderful question. So I'm grateful because you actually got me back on target. Must be our upbringing for sure, traditionalists. Sometimes women are told that they are responsible for everybody's emotions, So again, there are times that our love will weaken us. We want to be aware of this for one reason, well, a number of reasons. Reason number one, as I said at the top of this, it doesn't work. Two, it's not going to endear you to the person. Three, you will now become low value and you want to have high value and high self-esteem. If you are not investing in your life with the goal of taking care of yourself and your own growth and what makes you happy, your energy source will be your partner. And that means that you are relying upon them to make you happy. So this is where we are in such dangerous territory. As my client, the best day of her life is when she got together with this woman. The worst day of her life is every other day out of the year that she's not with this person. Now, of course, the question anybody would ask that's in my position is, why her? Why did you pick somebody so difficult? Why do you love her? Why? Why do you choose to love her? Because so the funny thing about coaching, unlike therapy, where they just keep making you dig at the root cause, I want to get to the root cause, but people pay me because they want progression with their partner. They don't pay me to hear the root cause. They don't want to know the root cause. I tell them, but I also have to do double duty. I have to tell them what's wrong. I have to tell them what's really happening. But I owe them the service they've requested, which is to make the situation better with their partner. Whether I want to or not, that's what they're paying me for. So the answer to this is stop groveling. You want your partner to treat you better? Stop overgiving. Give. So when people recalibrate, we oftentimes naturally overcorrect. And we go from being solicitous and like groveling to like, oh, I'm going to go no contact. I'm going to ignore them. They smell game a mile away because they know game, because they've been playing it on you. So it has to be organic. And by organic, I mean when you actually shift the set point of your mind to what do I need to do? What makes me happy? And I love you. What do I need to do? What makes me happy? Oh, I need to go to the gym today. That makes me feel good. Of course, I'm going to send you a note. Hi, I'm thinking about you. But the energy is different. And I've talked about this before. There is that subtle current of energy. I can't put my hands on it, and you can't either, but you know it exists. And that's why the video that I did, why they can't come back, parenthetical, while you're waiting and hoping, has like gotten so many hits, because it's talking about retracting your energy. How retracting your energy to reattract your ex. Things like that. It's like you can't have your full force. They don't need to pay attention to you. You're doing all the work. The minute you reassign that focus to your life, automatically it's not going to them, but it's not a game. See, that's the brilliance of it. I worry that most all of the instruction that you get are the turn left, turn right. It's a game, right? People tell you do this, do that. If it's not organic, if it's not connected to you, who you are, if it will not have the effect that you want. Listen, game works. There are times I have to apply game with clients. I can tell you, don't contact them as much. I can tell you, quit texting them every day. I can tell you, quit saying, I'm sorry, I miss you. I can tell you that. But when it really kicks in to having an effect upon the other person who is not treating you well is when it's in you and it's simply a choice that you no longer want to make. Now the whole table will turn. The person who didn't have time to talk to you, they'll be like, where are you? They can feel your energy is not feeding them. And now they want it. Not for the right reasons, I might add, but you will get a better effect. Okay, so let me go into your questions. Okay. Part 3, super chat. Am I missing something? Let's see, I'm going to keep moving on. Okay, just a thank you. No question. Just take the herbal supplement BFC consistently as bottles instruct. Don't skip a day. Part 3, super chat from Jean P. You lovely woman. Thank you so much. Okay, Jean P. Super chat. Thank you. Okay, we've got this. Thank you so much. Yes, reassign that focus to myself, not to the other person. Be real with myself. Okay, HRH, wow, this is amazing. So you understand what I'm saying here? You can get results by doing game. That means step 1, step 2. You're not really feeling it. Let's say, for example, here's the difference. Somebody told you they're going to call you. This is like 1990s, but let's just say they call you on the phone. And you stay at home waiting for that call because you're crazy about this person. You really want to get it right. And they said, I'll call you Friday night. And you sit by that phone all night long. And of course, they don't call. First of all, I want to say it's the wrong person. We don't want to be involved with people like this. But here's how it works. You stay for a little bit. And then you go out with your friends. And you actually forget about it. You don't go out with your friends and think all the time, okay, I'm not answering the phone. I'm not at home, so I'm not going to hear him or her. I'm not going to be available. But your energy is connected to it, okay? That's not as effective. It's better, but it's not as effective. The real thing is, okay, I have to leave. Sorry. So they'll call, they won't call, whatever. Then they call because you're not on top of them energetically. Okay? So that's how this goes. So today's discussion about is loving them making you weak. Please do not think that unconditional love is weak. Do not think that love is weak. I don't want you to confuse this. Don't think that love makes you weak. It's the most courageous act you can do. But there is a behavior that we can get into when we value a person way beyond ourselves and we are out of balance with ourselves, so that the very sun shining depends upon if they're being gracious with their attention to us today or not. And you really start to change the caliber of people to whom you find your attraction. When you start to think of what's good for you, and for those of you that are of the other mindset that we're trying to readjust for balance, it's going to feel really self-centered. You may start to think of yourself as everything you hate about the other people, but it will recalibrate, I promise you. But the adjustment here is to start to, yes, I admit I love them. I own it. I'm taking responsibility for the love. I love them. They're a shitty person, but I love them. But I kind of want to love them, so that's what I've chosen. I own it. But today I've got to go to the gym, and I don't think they're going to call me. That'd be nice if they did, and I accept that they're not going to. But I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I'm really excited, and I think I want to start painting. And I am going to see my friends this weekend that I'm excited about. That energy changes everything. It really does. And you've got to try it, fully try it, okay, to see the difference. It's an energetic shift. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Hi, Susan. Love your work. My ex wants to meet up. I love him, but feel I'd be weak, but feel would seem weak. He is in a 3-month relationship. Do I seem stronger by resisting getting back together while he is in a relationship? Okay, you're one, thank you for this. 2, you are not getting back with him while he's in a relationship. So take that completely out of your mind. That's not going to happen. Okay? He's in a relationship. He wants to meet up. The question I present to you is a question you have to ask yourself. It's not about being weak. It's about what is the reality of what's going to happen when you see him. You know yourself. Are you going to fall apart and beg him and try and seduce him and get him back in? If you're going to do that, no, you're not ready to see him. And you have to say, look, I'd like to see you. I'm not ready to. You hurt me. And you've got a partner. Why do you want to see me? That's hurtful. You have to start to speak up, okay? If you have something that you have not said, that you need to say to unburden yourself, then meet him in an environment where you can get in and go out and be smart about it. Don't make it 10 o'clock at night with drinks. You're not going to get your partner back by sleeping with them, okay? That's going to make you feel good for a moment, and then you're going to be feeling horrible for the next 5 weeks, okay? Why is he with this other person? What is the condition under which your relationship ended? I don't know these questions. These are pivotal to the answer I give you, okay? But again, everyone, you have to ask yourself what you know of yourself. What is my default? Am I strong enough to meet up with my partner? If you're strong enough and you're curious, and this is an opportunity to talk, I'd show up. I'd show up with some questions, and I'd show up with some comments. What happened? You didn't talk about it. I'm here today to tell you, yeah, that hurt, and that was not cool. And now you're in a relationship. What's up with this? What do you want here? You know? So play it according to what you know of yourself, all right? Let me see any other. Unconditional love can only be given by the strongest people and accepted by the strongest people. Okay. Don't open a can of worms unless you're going fishing, Gene B. Sharon says she is his rebound after I broke up with him because of both of us not communicating well. Okay, so here's the bottom line. If there's a breakup and you both know what the issues are, if you haven't addressed those issues and made personal advancement on the issues, then why are you going to see each other again? Because if you know it's communication and you're no better at communicating and they're no better at communicating, then you're in the same place. If, however, you really took it to task to take some courses, do some reading, practice communicating well, and you think they were a good communicator and it was your fault, now you should be having a discussion. You should say, hey, listen, I learned. I was reactive. I didn't talk to you. I know now. I know better. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. This is I think you should consider having a consultation if you want to. I'm not here to sell that, but I think you might consider that because there are a lot of questions I'd want to ask you. And question number one is, do you want this person back? You've got to change. Anyone trying to get back with an ex, if you have not done your part of change that you know is necessary, whether you were overgiving, undergiving, selfish, too generous, if you haven't done your recalibration, don't even think about it because you're the same person they left. Okay? Let's see what we have here. Oh, Sister Anastasia. Susan, you said you dated players. Yes, I did. For research, not for fun. I'm sure you were showing up as much more present and much more loving than them. Yeah. How did you give more and not get hurt? Oh, I got hurt. Of course, I knew I was going to get hurt going into it. I had a burning desire to find the truth so I could share it with others. You guys, I've had long-term committed relationships where every guy I was with wanted to marry me. I'm the one who didn't want marriage. I'm the one who didn't want kids. I wanted the relationship. But, after a while, I got bored. They weren't the right person. I don't know. I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I had loving, committed guys. And I didn't have anything to tell you. What am I going to say? I was writing a book, and I remembered submitting it to a really great agent that I wanted to work with. And I already had the bestseller. And he said, Susan, nobody's going to read this. You're telling women to wait to get to know themselves. He said, nobody's going to care. He said, go back to the drawing board. And I thought, what am I going to say? And then I thought, I was watching all of my friends go out, get involved, get hurt, come back wounded. And I thought, wow, this is like an epidemic. Everybody is out there having sex. They're not getting to know each other. They're not going to hear what I have to say. I sound like a kickback to the 1950s. So I thought, all right, let me walk in their shoes. So I was motivated to figure out if there wasn't a better way to do it. I knew I was going to be damaged. I knew I was going to hurt. And I knew I had to do things I wasn't comfortable with, like sleep with them a lot faster than I ever wanted to. And that already means I'm not safe. But I trusted myself enough that I thought, I'm so motivated to find out why. So it's like recon, right? It's like a journalist that goes behind enemy lines. You know the consequences. You know that you can be shot. You know that you're probably going to be hurt. You know you're going to see things that are going to disturb you, but you want that information so badly that's more important than what happens to you. And I loved. And I showed up as me, full out. Blew their minds. They still didn't know what to do with it. They never did. But I found that being real and showing up and being authentic was pretty amazing to these people because they hadn't seen that. You see, game players create game. The one thing they didn't see was real. And they didn't see real with consistent. I kept coming back. They couldn't kill me. I just kept showing up and showing up. And I was honest about what I saw. I said, oh, you're despicable. You are despicable. Really? You're going to do that? And then I learned what they did. Because believe me, with that kind of level of bizarre input, what I call bad behavior, uh, I'd never experienced this. I never had people do this stuff to me. I had to think it through, like, why would they do that? Why would a human be? Because this was not even in my understanding. So I actually came away with some information that, like, wow, I think this is this, and I think that is that, and I think when they do this, they're doing that. And so let me try this instead of that. Let me dodge, let me weave, let me try, and then I kind of got a system, which is what you have today. So I hope that answers your question. Hi, Susan. What should I do when I love somebody who doesn't love me back? Why them? Why? The person said he does care for me and like me, who I am, and wants to keep our close friendship. We always like we are in a relationship. You know, America, I don't know what to say here. They like having you in their life. I don't know why they're hesitant. And I don't know that you love them. You think you do. And that's a word we put on it, but you want somebody who doesn't want you in the way you'd like to be wanted. The question is, what's the effect upon you long term? Is loving them going to make you hate yourself? Is loving them going to weaken who you are? Is loving them going to ruin your confidence? Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. Remember, I'm not chatting with you here. This is not the vehicle where I could talk to you, because then I could ask you the pertinent questions I need to ask you. If somebody likes you and they like you a lot, but they're not stepping into a romantic design, the question is, are they scared? Do they already love me or like me a lot and I know it? They're just afraid to do it. I mean, there's a lot going on here that I don't know the answer to. But there's an easier solution. It's kind of common sense, but let me just try it out. Have you thought of looking at the people that are already in your sphere that you're ignoring? It's like, oh, this guy's always there. I don't know. He's always he's trying to drive me to the airport and ask me if I need some help with this. And he's always trying to call me and check up on me. And I don't want him. Why? Is he that pug ugly? Is he that disgusting? Why not choose somebody that wants you? So much easier. Just a novel idea, so much easier. Like what you like, wish that it could turn out, but turn your eyes to someone else. And the sheer fact of doing so could just ignite this guy's attention, but start to look for people who want you. Candle Cinema. Hi, Susan. Love your work. Any advice for getting an ex back when they're long distance and dating someone new? Double whammy. Haha, we still talk and are on friendly terms. Yeah, I feel this is intuitive, but I feel like this guy just wants easy. It's really hard to keep a long distance relationship together. I don't know how old you are, but if there's no hope of the two of you ever living in the same city, why? Why? Unless you're madly in love and you've decided to make a life together. If this is somebody that you met online and maybe you went to visit a couple times, they just want something there, and I understand that. It's more convenient. Long distance relationships are very specific dynamics. They are normally for people who have met, that didn't intend to fall in love because of this distance, that now find that they're in a real thing, or two people that knew each other and because of work were briefly separated, and there's a time frame where they're going to come back, or one has to go to get their master's or their PhD. So the commitment that you make to each other is that we're still going to be involved in this and we're still going to work it out. But you have to have goals where both people are working at it. There has to be tremendous communication, digital communication. There has to be tremendous meeting of those goals until you can be together, okay? it is not an easy task. And there are a couple different ways to do it. One is casual. They're your out-of-town lover, and if that suits your disposition, that's fine. The other is, I want a real relationship. I want to be with somebody. I want something that looks like a relationship that I understand. I want to live in the same house. I want to share a family with you. So then you've got to sort out how long it's going to take to do that. But this person, I think you were dating, and they want something convenient. So I would suggest that that's not a bad idea for you either. Okay. B, $5. How to let someone down easy after a first date. He's really into me, but I don't feel attracted to him at all. He was always kind of creepy. Help. It sounds too much too soon. He sounds desperate, which is part of the reason why we know that that kind of energy doesn't work. Two ways with men, okay, to save their ego. I've had men skewer me, slice and dice me for turning them down. And I couldn't have been nicer about it. Okay, there are a couple different ways. If you think he's going to be hostile, and you really think you're on a site where you're not going to meet him again or you can block him, you may want to tell him that you're getting back with your ex because it's just too much work. Like, he's not going to let go. The direct route is to say, I appreciate the time that we spent together. I don't feel the connection. I hope that you can honor that. I am being honest with you. My philosophy is to be straightforward, to be clear. I think it's fair to everybody. So thank you for our time that we've met. I hope you understand. Now, he has a choice to either be egotistical and be nasty about it or to accept that, okay? The third way is what I have discovered and I've done in the past, which is to take the, I hate saying this because then nobody's going to have an edge. Okay, we're way deep into the video. Now you have to love Susan to still be watching. So this is what I call the mutual. Okay, I speak as though they feel the same way too, which preserves their ego. It's kind of a thing. I'm very precise on language. Language is super important. The language you use and the tone in which you say it. I would call him up and say, you know what? Thank you for the lovely date. I think you and I both know this isn't a match for many obvious reasons. We're just not a connection. I know you were feeling it. I was feeling it too. So you're far too much of a gentleman to say it yourself. So I'll do it for both of us. But thanks so much. Wish you well. And that's it. So you preserve their ego by allowing them to appear as though it's their choice. Bingo. I got rid of somebody that way that I had to see all the time. Very uncomfortable. I had to see him in my gym all the time. What am I going to do? Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Baby boy. Hi, baby boy. $5. And he's a dancing baby boy. Thank you, baby boy. We are friendly here to our guys, and we want our guys to have a voice too. Thank you, everyone. Mark. Hi, Susan. What do you do with a lady who I know loves me, will not tell me because she's afraid of commitment? Well, Mark, congratulations on the fact that she loves you. Okay, this is difficult. She's afraid of commitment. All right. I'd love to work with you on this, but I'd say starting point is don't ask her to say anything she doesn't want to say. The more important thing is that you know it. Second thing is she wants to believe that if it's something insignificant, she won't get hurt. Okay? So you're going to be a gentleman and date her as a gentleman as though it's for fun. If you want this lady, okay, you've got to go along with her game until she's comfortable enough to trust, if that day ever comes. But that's the way I'd start this off the ground. You know, say, hey, do you want to hang out? You want to get together? I just want to see you. Yeah, I feel like going out to a movie Friday night and maybe you want to join me. Maybe she's up for the casual sex, right? I think that's what you're saying here, that she's open to casual, doesn't want to tell you that she loves you because she's afraid of commitment. So you make it look like a non-committed relationship. You can try that as phase one. That's a phase, a segment, but you're actually driving to another thing, because you sound like a grounded man that knows what he wants and actually wants to put a label on something and treat it like, and to show up like the category that you're in. Okay, but that's the interim mark. Thank you for that. Let's see, what else do we have here? How should one handle infidelity? My ex cheated, gave second chance, later lied, betrayed, discarded me when they finally find the next potential partner with whom something why flirt and sexted while still with me. Diane Nanda. Really? Did you read what you just wrote? You know what you have to do, right? This is, sometimes you have to just look at what you journaled. You have to listen to what you just ranted 20 minutes and made your friends' ears bleed. Why? Why this one? This one treats you badly, doesn't deserve fidelity from you, doesn't deserve honesty, doesn't deserve emotion. So please, please, please don't confuse wanting the one that got away and taming the wild horse. Please don't be the degenerate gambler who's invested so much in this guy you just want to keep putting it in because, oh my God, how embarrassing now if I don't win. I spent 5 years with Tony. He's cheated on me. I couldn't make it work. Now I've got to admit defeat to myself. Yeah, admit defeat to gain a win, because you're not getting a win from this material. The material you are working with is not good. Not good for you. Maybe good for somebody else that doesn't want a relationship, that wants casual sex, that wants hot and cold, that wants drama. If you want mental peace of mind, run like crazy. Run, 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 run. Leave it. Nothing to fix, nothing to say. You're done. Done, 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 done. No excuse, no reason. You just don't. Oh, God, what a mess. People, we don't have to live like this. When all you know is living like this, you think that's all there is. You do. You think that's all there is because that's all you've seen, that's all you know. Maybe that's all your friends have. But I promise you, there are people on this channel. There are people there. Zen Maiden one, a lady I never even met, was watching my videos, got herself out of a very painful situation. Just watched the videos. Never was a client. Watched the videos, went, oh my God, I'm stuck. This guy treats me terribly. This is what they're doing. This is the game they're playing. I'm going to get out. No, 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 no. Going to cut the cords. Bit the bullet, got out, met the love of her life, and has been married now over a year. And you know, you see her on the channel once in a while. This is great. The lady doesn't have to come back. She's done. Doesn't have to come back. She comes back to support everybody else. So we can stay in the chaos, or we can make a leap, because it doesn't get better from there. You're not fixing that. That's a character defect. That's a dispositional trait. If a person can lie, cheat, and betray you, you don't fix that. That's not that. Listen, Esther Perel and different people do talk about marriages, and committed relationships long-term where there's been infidelity. And there are cases where somebody goes, okay, we have to talk. This happened. But I love you. I love what we have. What happened here? What are the options? And that's very modern thinking. But what you got, that's a no. Okay? So I am going to, 1999. Hi, Jillian. Okay, this is number 1 of 2. Let me see if I could get to number 1. Thank you so much. Susan, thank you for asking about me, Susan. You're a lovely person too, and also a phenomenal expert. I am not a coach, yet I'm open to it. I'm exploring changing my career, or at least adding an income stream that helps others, okay? That would be perfect for you because that's instinctive and natural for you. It's great that nowadays coaches can offer a niche focus on a specific issue or audiences. Also, I'm with an incredible man due in part to your guidance. Oh my God. And I wanted to give back to you and your mods. You are all amazing. Oh my goodness. Jillian, thank you so much. I love this because I there are so many of you that are gaining benefits. And as Chris said, he wrote this beautiful note. The guy, this one, Chris Ferretti, who wrote the beautiful note, and he said, Susan, I'm one of many people. You're never going to meet them. You're never going to. Maybe you hear from them, maybe you don't. I'm saying thank you for everyone. So, listen, Jillian, I think dispositionally you are well qualified to do any kind of healing service because your energy is so generous. And I'm internet based, so I can take this with me to Lake Como. Couldn't take it to the Balkans. There's like zero internet there. But, you have a laptop, you have a cell phone, you can work with people. And if you feel drawn to it, or if life throws it in your face and then kind of tells you have to do it, then that's something to do. So I think that would be great. And Jillian, we all support you because you've supported us and we're here to support you. So please keep us informed as to how you feel you can best give your gift of your warmth and your light and your love and your concern, because you definitely have that sweet, inclusive warmth. That's evident. So thank you so much for that. Zuza, hello. I think you're in New York. Hi. After 50 years of dating, that can't be right. Maybe I accidentally became an expert at dating players. Would you like someone like me to help continue your research? Seriously. Sure. I mean, I'm done with that. I've still got the scars I'm trying to tend to, but yeah. You know what? We can talk. I know you know me on Instagram. You communicate, I think, to the media through Lauren. Listen, let's talk about it. That is a niche market in and of itself. So, by the way, about players, Lauren, my media director, corrected me over 10 years ago and said, "Oh, Susan, don't call them players. It's like a really old-fashioned term. They're just called men." I'm like, it can't have gotten that bad. It can't have gotten that bad. And remember, game is a replication of what is real. Game mirrors real, but it does not trump real. Real is what we are all striving for here. When you master real, you will never have to know game, because no one can go toe-to-toe with real, because real is, there's one truth, that's real, okay? You knowing yourself, being in your authentic power, speaking your truth, being honest, being fair, having all these skills, and seeing the dance that your partner is doing through fear, neuroses, narcissism, whatever, because somebody taught them to, because they watched a YouTube thing on how to create tension, to create attraction or something. When you see that, and you can speak about it, and you can call it out, and you can articulate to your partner in a way that does not create defensiveness, does not berate them, and simply is an observation, it doesn't create resistance, and if anything creates curiosity, then you've really got it down, okay? It is enough to master ourselves. Forget trying to master everybody else. Pointless. And game is about mastering others. If you master yourself, you already have the game, okay? You've got to know enough to know what people are doing to you. Basic cue from one who is a total novice. Suddenly, when you're suddenly impelled to take an action, and it's like frenzied and neurotic, they've put you into game. They've just started the game and you had the response they want, where you react. You're not thinking, you react. They do a push and you do something in response. Then you're in game. The minute you're on their game board, you have lost. Okay? All right. Thank you, Zuza. Let's see. Okay, we've done Jillian. Very good. Players are the most miserable and hurt individuals, not believing that anyone would accept their authentic selves. I think you are right. It was my conclusion that players are probably the most vulnerable because their greatest fear is being hurt. Their greatest fear, that's why they run, because they fear that if they stop for a moment and you see them, that you won't want them or that they'll fail you. So they just keep making themselves elusive, which, you know, they get a very good dose of a short-term hit of testosterone and, you know, like dopamine and stuff like that. It's pretty exciting for them, the conquest. But you have to ask yourself, if somebody has to keep acquiring people and conquering people, like, how far down are you on the scale of how you feel about yourself? You have to keep devouring others to make up for it. Like, if any one action stuck, you wouldn't have to keep doing it, right? If it was truly rewarding and fulfilling and enriching, where it made you feel confident, if the confidence lasted, right? Okay. Sophie, dear Susan, a slight off topic. You have an amazing and radiant skin. Can you share with us your skincare routine? What are your favorite products? Love from Belgrade. Just came from Belgrade. Why did I not see you there? Oh my God, you guys party like there's no, well, go to bed before 3 o'clock. That's probably not possible. Get enough sleep. Oh my God, you guys, people were partying in Belgrade. I mean, it's like, what do you guys do there? You put Ibiza to shame. Oh my God, they party every single night. I don't have a skin routine. I do soap and water, whatever soap I have, and a little bit of moisturizer. I'm afraid I don't have a fantastic thing. I don't. I just don't. I don't know what to say to you. I remember being on an airplane when I first moved to New York, and this lady looked at my skin because I was from the Midwest, fresh air and stuff like that. And she goes, oh my God, your pores, I can't even see them. She goes, oh, just wait 6 months in New York. She goes, they're going to look like caverns. So thank you very much for that. Jillian, thank you for your kind words and encouragement, Susan. There are happy tears in my eyes, and I feel excited for my journey. Don't we all think, thank you, Jillian, for your generosity. Don't we all think Jillian would make a great person in whatever modality she does to be, you know, to make you feel good? Like a nurse or a motivational speaker or a mentor, you know, I mean, she made all of us feel good, so it's evident, right? I want to make sure that I've gotten everybody's commentary here. So many beautiful people on your live streams, always amazing. That is true. I just want to make sure that I've seen everything. B is commenting. So you all know B is fine. That's our most important thing that we wanted to discuss. B is fine. Andrew R., what does it mean when someone cheats on you and leaves you for that person? I personally feel I did her no wrong. That, Andrew, I'm sorry about that. That may well be true. Maybe you didn't do anything wrong. Maybe she wanted somebody else. He wanted somebody else. It's possible. This is what I call an overlapper. Like they already started to do the migration before they bothered to leave with you. I prefer to do it cleanly. Most times you can if you apply yourself. But there are times in life, and this is not a moral judgment, I'm just saying, there are times in life when you meet somebody and you didn't expect to meet them, and the pull is so powerful, and you are indeed going to be with them, and you may overlap before you leave your mate. You may have like met somebody and you tried to stay away from them. You're working together for a week or two on a project and you became romantic, and then you go home and tell your partner that you're done. But chances are good that they weren't fully settled to begin with. Something was missing in the relationship. Unfortunately, I think in your case, they didn't give you ample warning. You didn't know that something was missing because I'm sure that you're the kind of person who would work on it. Please don't make it about you. It's just they wanted another choice. The timing was bad. And if they were selfish enough to be with you and then go looking for somebody else while they had you without telling you that they needed to work on things, without trying to work on things, or without giving you a heads up that something was wrong and that they found themselves looking now, then they want to make sure that they have a soft landing. So it's actually saying more about their fear of being alone. They were more comfortable snooping around while you were there so that they could make an easy lateral move into another comfy environment, right? So they probably have less courage than you do. All right. So it's 3:11. I'm going to get off the phone pretty soon, everyone, because not off the phone. I'm going to get off of this because I want to ice my elbow, which I was a bad girl today, and I did not do that so far. I just want to make sure I've read everybody here. Let's see. And by the way, everyone, what would you like me to speak about next week? I would like to know what topics you would like to have me cover. Would you please write them, either write them in the chat or write them when this goes live in a couple minutes. So let me just give you a recap on some things I want to talk about. One, Himalaya. So I have the free audio course, and it's really good, you guys. You're not going to see it anyplace else. My understanding is that as of now, that free link where you can hear my audio course and you get 14 days of Elon Musk and everybody else on there, Malcolm Gladwell, these people who are so amazing. It works if you're in the US, Canada, or the UK. They are telling me that they are trying to get it to go worldwide, and I didn't know that. My two girls in Belgrade couldn't, they said it kept spinning. If you are having problems, please send me a note. Write us media@susanwinter.net. Make sure that the subject title, so they don't trash it, my team might trash it, is Himalaya. I will try to find a way. I will try to, I will contact the owners again to make sure that they work with you because I'd like everybody to hear it. It's free. Why not? Okay, that's one. Two, newsletter, susanwinter.net. Please go to the homepage, enter your information, get on my newsletter. That way I can keep you posted as to where I'm traveling, where I'm going to be in the US, where I'm going to be abroad. You'll know what's going on, and I have little special offers that I do. Okay, you can work with me, susanwinter.net. I know I'm always supposed to give a call to action. I'm like, whatever, they'll find me if they want me. Okay, news week's show. I don't know what I wrote. I can't read my own writing. Oh, anxious attachment and avoidant attachment. Is there a chance for the relationship to work if this sometimes, but you both have to move on the spectrum of where you are. And oh my goodness, is this a little white doggy? The little white doggy who came here. She wants to drink my water. Thank you, Kevin. She wants to drink my water, not her water, so I just leave it here for her. Okay, so again, Himalaya, if you're in the US, Canada, UK, please download that. It's Susan Winter, it's Himalaya.com/winter. Winter's the code to get the free access to everything. Sign up for the newsletter. Now, the next cities that I'm going to be visiting: Pleasanton, California, which is East Bay; Dubrovnik next May; Split next May; Sorrento next May. And I'm considering going through a stopover city, maybe either Zurich or Munich. Now, I don't know if I have anybody here in Munich. I have a client in Zurich. So let me know where you live. And I'm going to try and see, because my goal is when I travel to meet you. You saw the gals that I met before, and if you haven't, on Instagram, I'm Susan E. Winter. My name is not Susan E. or Suzanne. It's actually Susan, but E is the middle name for Elaine, the middle initial. So Susan E. Winter, you can join me on Instagram. I show pictures of the gals that I met when I was in Budapest and Belgrade and Bucharest. And that was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to meet my fans, spend the day with them, have dinner with them. This was a lot of personal time. And I just had a really great time. And so that's what's so wonderful. As I travel, I'd love to be able to visit you. And on the newsletter, you'll know where I'm going and when, and then we can coordinate this, okay? So thank you, everyone, for joining me. Again, let me know what you want to hear for next week. I'm here to talk to you. And B is doing well, Susan. Oh, we could come to Munich. Now, that would be an idea. Maybe I will, because I do know Munich. Yeah, I remember I didn't eat meat when I was there, and they're like kein Fleisch. It's never. I think I'm saying it right. Kein Fleisch. They didn't understand somebody who didn't eat meat at the time. Bulgaria, just came back from Bulgaria. Let's see. Wait, Bogodaria. Okay, just came back. Magdalena. Oh, I'm in Munich next month, so this would be May of 2022. So let me know where you all are, okay, and give me the titles of shows that you want. Kein Fleisch. Kein Fleisch. Okay, everyone, what do you want me to talk about? Topic, how to fall in love with oneself and keep nurturing that relationship. All right, next week, self-love. Natalia, you got it. You made my job easy. Self-love. That is an ongoing situation. And we are all at different places in it. There's so much confusion about self-love. I've seen people just stare at themselves in the mirror and do this, and I'm all that. And oh my God, he wishes he could have me. And I thought for years that was self-love. That's delusion. Lucky them. Real self-love. I'll do my best. That'll be next week. Thank you, everyone. Love you madly. Thank you for the super chat contributors. Thank you so much. And I do appreciate all of your concerns. Now I'm going to ice my elbow. Look, I couldn't even go above here. Now I can go to here. I couldn't put on makeup. I'm doing much better. So I'll talk to you all, and I'll see you next Thursday. Thank you, everyone. Smooches, join me on Instagram, Susan E. Winter. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, moderators. B, Gwyneth, Alexandria. Thank you all. Anastasia, thank you. Bye-bye.